Alright, so for this next build, it's very interesting. So, it's basically, I call it the BDSM build because of the chain. But it's magic damage. Revolves around you moving around a lot. The chain seems to be the most damage. Abyss as well. Abyss is amazing. But and it's all utility because like the chain, the abyss pulls them in, etc. Now later on, I would think about doing defilers or max demon with defilers because actually, yeah, max demon, because defilers not only give you extra magic damage, but and walk speed. That's going to be very important. Actually, yeah, I would probably have at least two defilers and use consume. So how this will work? Actually, I'm going to switch things up for this one because I need two demons to test this. So I'm going to break the rules a little bit and get a little bit more than basic gear just so that we can have an understanding of how this would work. So I'm going to put the Hodo on with... Alright, that's out. Nope. Where is... I got to use that. Alright. High Lords. Alright, so... We're going to do two Defilers. We're going to sacrifice one of them. What the hell? There we go. Okay. So we get extra magic damage, and then we have one of the Defilers that is just there to make them take more damage. So the Defilers are I like them. I find they're very underrated because it binds them, meaning they take more damage. So like it's very good for adding more AoE to any build, even single target builds, because it makes them take more damage. And the Abyss is a very strong AoE. Like, it's insane. I'm not entirely sure what demon you would want to bind with this build. Nothing really increases magic like that. I preferably would do the Defilers because with the increase of magic damage taking on top of them binding them, it's a very, very good choice for it. So, I mean, it may not sound like it does a lot of damage because it only does like a care, all that, but not many things have magic immunity and not many things have magic resistance. So, I mean, they take a lot more damage, and it also does it by second. And it pulls them in. It's a very... I feel like it has a lot of room for growth. And I feel like the Defilers are the go-to with it. Because the Defilers increase magic damage, and then, of course, they make them take more damage as well. Because they're all bonded. So we're going to get a good view on the cause and effect in cows. So let me summon another Defiler, sacrifice the one I have, and go to town with it. So we have that. We have the chain. We're playing Ring Around the Rosie. So that's how that works. So basically, yeah, you want to put an Abyss where you're going to fight. That way it pulls them in. And then you want to set the chain and play Ring Around the Rosie. And that's it. It's a very interesting build. It's definitely something that does a high amount of damage. And there's not really much threat either because... actually, this is a pretty damn good hardcore build because of that. The only thing is you're not going to probably be able to kill bosses as easily. This is good for like high mobs. I don't think it would do well on Diablo. I don't think it'll do well on Baal. It'll do well in Chaos. Like getting to Chaos, it'll be fine. You know, but getting Baal, Diablo himself down, I don't think it will. I'm going to test this on Trav as well because I want to see it work there. So we play Ring Around the Rosie. He has lightning enhance, and I don't know how squishy this build is, and I don't like to find out. I actually think this build is probably one of the easiest. It requires a lot of kiting and all that, but if you play hardcore, you're used to that. And the utility of being able to pull them in, even better. Yeah, Defilers are definitely what you want. I kind of want to see what they're like maxed. Because, I mean, I know they don't get that many different stats at the same time. I do think they are... actually, with the bolt, you might do good with single target. I didn't think about that. So, I mean, ring around the rosy with a pocket full of might. So, yeah, it's pretty intriguing. I'm going to swap 2 talents around in a minute. Alright, so yeah, do that. Ooh, I saw my mercenary's health. I thought it was my health. My heart dropped. Surprisingly, the mercenary's not even dying that much. He usually always dies to cows. It's all about the maneuverability. If you could get that chain without running into other mobs. So it's definitely an interesting one. This one's very unique. Just play Ring Around the Rosie all day. Up. And then Defilers. Up, I gotta summon another and sacrifice for more magic damage. There we go. So yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. I definitely think this one's fun. Let me switch a talent around so I can do this better. Not a talent, but do that. Do that. That works better. That way I can do that, and then this. Okay. So yeah, very interesting. With the Defiler, making them bond is make them take more damage with that little green aura. So when one gets damaged, they all get damaged. I think that's definitely something that's worthwhile. It might be worth maxing the Defiler on top of this build instead of going, 3 demons. Then again, I'll have to relook. I'll read it in a minute, because when you increase I don't think it increases the damage as much as the amount. Oh, it does actually. It does. Here I am doing this while I fucking... Damage between targets 47%. Okay, so maxing Defilers might be the go. Have 2 Defilers, one to sacrifice and one to make them take more damage. I mean, I think when you get a lot of gear, you can have 3 demons without putting points into it. Theoretically. And Defilers definitely seem like a fun deal with this. Now let me reread the talents, because I just maxed all the chain stuff, you know, because they all synergize with each other. You might be able to get away with doing this as a 1-point wonder. In fact, nah, we'll see. I'll reread the talents when I get over this, because I feel like there's a way we could put the Defiler in more. I definitely feel that, because the Defiler, I think, is the prime key to this build. Without it, I think you're just casting spells, you're not utilizing it properly. Because, like, once they're sharing damage and you do that, it's over. So we're going to start with that, put the Abyss in. And then now they're sharing damage and they're dying. This is definitely one of the most interesting builds, interesting spells I've seen so far. Because, like, between the Abyss and then the Chain, there's a lot of creativity in it. And it's killing cows without any issue at all. Faster than the Dagger build did. I think this one is definitely one of the top builds. It's just, it requires you knowing how to kite. That's all it is. If you play hardcore, you're used to kiting. You've made a career out of it. So, I think this is definitely going to be one of the best builds so far. It deals a vast amount of damage. It has a lot of room for growth. And I think the Defilers are definitely a prime key to it. Like, I think once I get a few more levels and I'm able to max out another skill, I might be able to get enough points into the demonic mastery to have 3 demons, and that way I could have 2 of the defilers out, or possibly 1 defiler and a bind demon, just cause. I think, I don't really think that, man, then again, having a meat shield right now would do a lot. So yeah, probably good to have something that basically makes them take more. So yeah, a meat shield would be good. That's the one thing that this probably is missing as well. But as you could tell, the mercenary barely gets hit by this. He survived longer than usual. So I mean, yeah, maybe just a good mercenary that's a little bit more meaty than the rest, and then 2 defilers, 1 sacrificed, and then the other just making them take more damage. So let's read these talents again. Alright, so the chain is the main deal. This is where most of your damage is coming from. Bolt and Abyss. So, Bolt and Abyss is what builds this. And the chain and... Okay. So, we might be able to get rid of doing this as a 1-point wonder. Because they only receive bonuses from each other. As these three do. And then this, you know, it increases the duration of your shadow damage, so that's damage over time kind of thing. It helps with the chains because of that. But, I mean, at the end of the day, you don't really need 4 seconds. So, I would probably put 1 point into that instead of what I did. Because, again, I did this quick. So, put 1, 2, 3, and then max defilers. Because, like, the defilers, they're very unique. And I think they put a lot of thought into this game because of this. So, the more points we put into defiler, the more maximum bond souls will happen. In full truth, I might just waste a token and actually do the spec one more time with the defilers. Because I just feel they are a key point. And I honestly don't think we need anything else. I don't think we need Mark of Death, which is rare because I love Mark of Death. I don't think we need Bind Demon. I think we just need Defilers and a few more points into Mastery. That way we can have 3 Defilers, 1 to sacrifice, 2 to have out. So, as a special thing, I'm going to make a new game. And I'm going to basically waste one of my reset tokens on doing that build one more time, just because I enjoy it. I definitely enjoy that one. Alright, so Defiler. Bolt. Chain. 1 point. And let's see. It cuts the time in half. Ooh. But that's it. It was 4 seconds. Now it's not. An Abyss. So we have the same damage with 20 more points. Now, how do I want to do this? I have 3 extra points. So I'm still only going to have 2 demons. However, I really do want to see the damage shared goes up. It doesn't go up that much though in the amount bond. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to put 10 and 10 just to play. So we're going to go up a little bit. Then again, do you want to see what it's like maxed? We won't get a chance like this again, so we'll max it. So yes, again, learn from my mistakes. It'll be better to do mastery. Because at the end of the day, it is a 1-point wonder one. I thought that it would go to like 7 souls or something like that, but it didn't. So again, learn from my mistakes. Don't repeat them. And although you do get more damage because they're higher level, but not much either. So that's the thing about consume that's confusing me. As you noticed, it went higher just because this is a higher level. So I think it's based off of the demons you summon. The higher the demon, the more percentage you get versus putting points into it. Putting points into it due to max life, run, walk speed, and duration. I don't think it has anything to do with getting the bonuses from the demon. So it would be better if we had 3 defilers. So we would max this instead. Learn from my mistakes. But still, I think the defilers are a very unique trait in this. I feel like we're definitely going to be able to kill cows a lot quicker than before. So, Abyss, Chains. Let's go get the portal. And you'll see, basically, can't believe it's no different because I didn't have 3. Oh well. I mean, 1 versus 3, big deal. And it bonds the souls, definitely. Honestly, is it doing it faster? Get out of my face. Alright, is it doing it faster? 5 souls bond per... Oh. So 3 of these is definitely better. Even if it's only... Because you only get 1 more soul when you max it out. And you only get a little bit more damage percentage. It was 48, now it's 56. It really just gives it life and defense, which we really don't care about because they take no damage. So again, it's a learning process. Interesting. Okay. I mean, again, this is a fun little build. Definitely. It's unique, it's different, and it requires a little bit of thinking. And the souls being bond is what's really making this OP. A lot of people don't realize the defilers are fucking crazy. Honestly, having 1 defiler out for even the taint build is pretty strong because it's just going to make it to where they all take more damage from that AoE. It multiplies AoE and single target damage. You hit 1, you hit them all, kind of thing. And then Abyss. I mean, I haven't sacrificed one of them for the damage yet because I just want to pretend like I have, you know, more. Because this is what it'll be like when I have 3 demons. I'll have 2 of these out and so forth. And they bond souls a lot quicker. You might not even want to sacrifice it. You might want 3 out. I mean, the extra magic damage and magic resistance taken down is nice. However, at the end of the day, it's going to do what it does. It's been a while since I've done that. So yeah, I mean, I think this build is definitely one of the most uniques. I think they put a lot of thought into this. And I think this one was just like a debate. And the defilers are definitely genius. It gives you so many choices. I'm very thankful for them doing this expansion. I really am. So thankful I'm actually doing videos for y'all. I don't like streaming. I just don't like the drama. I've dealt with streamers while keeping the community alive because originally we had the most active Discord there was for Diablo 2. But during the time of Senpai doing Project Diablo 2, which me and a few other people in our Discord helped him with, he basically mass reported my Discord because I was recruiting people. I was only recruiting the hardcore players that are new because we do hardcore events, we do, you know, things like that. We've kept it alive before Resurrected, before Project, before Path of Exile, and all that. We've kept the community alive for like 15 years. We did ladder resets, 8-man runs, and all that. We like literally been doing this for years. But then when Project Diablo 2 became a thing and we decided to help out with that, we lost the Discord. We lost the Discord due to Senpai just mass reporting it because he wanted to. He's toxic. I don't care. And He's got something to say. He can say it to my fucking face. I don't give a fuck. He ruined the community. He got rich off of it. He took credit for what the producers did. You know, he's the face of the operation. I think we're now starting to see who made it, etc. It is what it is. But I just want to keep the community alive. I want to do some reset teams. We're getting those already set up. We got a few in progress. We only do hardcore. We don't care for softcore. We want the real players, the less toxic ones, the ones that like to have fun and get the adrenaline. You know, that's what we like. We don't like the drama. We don't like the bull. We don't really, I mean, we're competitive, yes, but we like to have fun more than anything because you can't compete with bots. I don't care how good you are. You know, unless you're an ass-kissing streamer, you're not going to have that much of a chance to compete with the bots. You know, that's just the reality of it. I mean, some of the streamers, some are okay, but a lot of them base themselves off of kissing ass and la la la. It's annoying. I actually got in trouble this year for messing with a streamer that came to my job. Kind of a funny story. I actually got a hate crime charge. It didn't stick, but it's kind of funny. Um, I didn't know who the hell the guy was. He's apparently a famous streamer. And honestly, I hope he watches this video because I'm going to tell him right now, I'll be thankful I didn't know who you were because I would have smashed your face, not your phone. Yeah, definitely a lot of hate in that. So yeah, I guess I deserve the hate crime. But for good reason. He's a sex offender. So I didn't know he was a sex offender. I just knew he was being a perv on the people that were at my job and made the two girls cry. So they kept asking for him not to record. And he's like, no, I'm going to record. First Amendment rights. And me being the asshole I am, I'm like, yeah, no, this is over. I was like, ain't no First Amendment rights here. And I took his phone, I smashed it to the ground. I gave a speech, and I told him, you're not doing this reaction video shit. You know, that's what a lot of these streamers do. They instigate and or they kiss ass. That's why I don't like streaming. Because it requires you getting into politics in a sense. You know? Oh, let's piss off the normies while we act like we're so good with the big corporates, the game developers, and so forth. Everybody, I'm perfect. I'm perfect. Don't tell me I'm not perfect or I'm going to have a fit. I'm perfect. I hate that mentality. But yeah, this streamer, his name is Jason Itzler. He ran a prostitution ring in Manhattan. He only got caught because he roofied a girl to death. And I get a hate crime charge and handcuffed. It's actually, you can see it on the fucking stream and all that. It's kind of funny. While working. Like, I'm working my job at the carnival. I'm calling people in and da-da-da. And he just makes these girls feel very uncomfortable. One of them didn't care. She didn't know who he was. The other one recognized him and got scared. And I didn't understand it until after the next day. What the hell happened? I'm literally laughing. They're like, yeah, you're getting charged with a hate crime as I'm handcuffed. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't care if he's Puerto Rican. I don't care what he might be. I care that he's being a fucking pervert. And he's like, so you admit it? I'm like, admit what? That he's a fucking pervert? Yeah. I'm like, okay, yeah, he's a fucking pervert. And I don't fuck with that shit. And he's like, and that's why you're getting a hate crime charge. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like beyond confused at the time. And I realized, oh, he's a sex offender. A famous one on top of that. And I'm getting charged with the hate crime because I messed with him. Not because I said you fucking pedophile or anything like that. Which is just mind-blowing because, you know, real hate crimes happen every day on more important topics. Literally. Like, people get targeted and hated for the stupidest of things and the most ignorant on top of that. I mean, black people get pulled over left and right and harassed and bullied like crazy. You know, Spanish people get asked for their fucking green card and all that other shit. Asians get the hate with the COVID and all that other deal. And then transgenders and gender fluid and non-binaries, they get fucking targeted for being different and trying something new. And y'all do nothing. But I decide to smash a sex offender's phone, which I didn't know was a sex offender. His actions were what led to the, you know, deal. And I get a hate crime charge. I'm going to do Trav as well. Isn't that crazy though? I get a hate crime charge because I decided to protect two women that were getting cornered and processed. Oh, and oh, here's the icing on the cake. The kid that was recording for him was no more than 14 years old. Oh man, that part pissed me off because I could tell the kid was young, bro. You could see it in the video. He's young. And then I watched his stream just because I was curious what the hell happened. If I was gonna sue him, I might still. Um, he has the boy going to his house, getting high with him, getting drunk, and all this other deal. Meanwhile, this is a fully registered sex offender. Like he's Epstein Island level sex offender streaming on kid platforms, having kids come with him. Like what the fuck is wrong with the other? Like god damn, this country is so backwards. I live in New York. We have every racing culture here. I don't care what you are. I'm not gonna treat you special in any type of way. Oh well, I'm this. You need to treat me differently because I've been through this. My people been through that. Okay, good for your people. I ain't here for your people. I'm here for you. I don't care what race, gender, whatever. You're not getting special treatment. You're not getting you're not getting disrespectful treatment. You're gonna get the treatment you have as a person. I don't care what you are. I care how you carry it, and that's how that works. So it's just I'm really trying this streaming thing, but I don't think I'm going to do it long. I'm doing this strictly just to build reset teams. I want I want us to have fun this ladder. I think the game developers finally did a lot of work. I think they definitely helped out and they gave us what we've been asking for years. So in exchange, I'm going to come out. I'm going to do a few videos for you, whether they go viral or not. I don't care. You don't have to subscribe. I would appreciate it if you shared just so that others can build these specs as well. Because, Mr. Llama, he's okay, but he's a by the book type. He doesn't get too creative in a sense, and he's a copy paster, meaning, yes, his information is good, but he doesn't play the same as us. The one thing I don't like about some of these streamers like that is they do players 8 and single player, and then you tell you these massive drops that come from Mephisto and all this other deal and so forth. I like to be realistic. That's why you have, well, that one's different, like I said, because we tried the 3 demons. But for the most of these builds, I've been doing nothing but a spirit sword and just basic gear you get on day 1. That's it. Basic gear. I'm realistic. This is players 1. I'm not even highlighting the drops right now. I'm just showing you that you could kill. In fuller games, I'll probably do them as well. I think this build in particular could probably do players 8 for sure. I definitely do. So, I mean, each build has its own pros and cons. This one's a little longer video just because I enjoyed the build.